Well, there's all kinds of reasons why you want to take care of your family, take care of yourself. Prior to the onset of insurance, medical insurance, Grandma used to be the doctor in the family. She would put her castor oil plasters on your chest when you had colds and pneumonia. They gathered herbs in the spring and the fall and made their own medicines and gave you enemas when you're constipated and all that kind of stuff. And healthcare is a thing that everybody did at home. And then we got health insurance, and everybody started running to oh, man, we got it made now. We can run to the doctor anytime we need. And doctors went from having little one-man practices downstairs in their living room and parlor, and they lived upstairs in an apartment, to multi-million-dollar to billion-dollar hotel-like catastrophe hotels, or AKA hospitals. And it's become a monstrous business. And I use the word monstrous for various reasons. And so I want you to get a hold of that trilogy of books, Let's Play Doctor, Let's Play Herbal Doctor, and the Passport to Aromatherapy. And I'd like you to learn how to do your own lab test. The book Let's Play Doctor in particular goes in to teach you how to find your own parasites, whether they're little wormy things or one-cell parasites. It teaches you how to do lab work. You can do your own 6-hour glucose tolerance test. You can find out if you're a diabetic. You can do a urine test to see what's going on with your kidneys. You can do all this yourself, okay? You go to the pharmacy without a prescription. You get these test strips for urine test, blood test. You can do your own equivalent of a colonoscopic exam with a occult blood test or a FIT test. It's an acronym, FIT, for fecal immunochemical test. And you do all these tests yourself. You can do them for less than $5 instead of getting the same physical from a doctor in his office for $2,000. Same test strips he'll use. You get them for less than $5, like $1.50 each. And they come in bottles of 3 or 4 or 5 kind of thing, and with instructions how to use them. And the book, Let's Play Doctor, teaches you how to interpret all this lab work yourself. It shows you how to do your own exam, your stool exam for parasites. Now, this is so simple because in the book, Let's Play Doctor, there's line drawings of the wormy things and the eggs you're looking for and so forth. You can actually see these things under the microscope, which you can either get a $20 microscope from a thrift store, or you can use one at the high school, or you can use one at grade school or something like that. They'll let you use one for for a half hour without charging, I'm sure, because you're paying the taxes to run the place. At any rate, it's all quite simple stuff. This is not difficult. If you don't want to buy a machine to do your own blood pressure and take your pulse, you can go into any pharmacy and sit in the chair and put your arm in the chair, and it'll take all that stuff yourself. Keep a logbook on it. This is not difficult. Very simple. Do your own lab work. Do your own physical, say, once every quarter. If you have health problems, I'd do your physical once a month. We're talking about less than $5. You do your own physical once a month. When the family gets together, we're talking about Christmas, Easter, Thanksgiving, 4th of July, summertime when everybody's gathering for summer vacation. Do physicals on everybody. Teach the little kids how to do their own physicals and keep their own little books on their blood work and their urine tests and fecal tests. They're going to get into this. They say, is it time for my physical yet? Because kids like science and so forth, and they're going to be excited to do it. Then, of course, you want to get everybody in the 90 essential nutrients, 16 minerals, 16 vitamins, 12 essential amino acids, 3 essential fatty acids. And you want to take the 90 essential nutrients before you get sick, right? You want to give your body what it needs to reach its genetic potential, reach its maximum genetic potential. And you notice I use the word genetic potential. And this is described very clearly in my new book, Epigenetics, The Death of the Genetic Theory of Disease Transmission. And your genetic potential is what your genes will allow you to do if the genes are perfectly nourished. Your genes, your DNA and RNA, require nutrition, minerals, vitamins, amino acids, and fatty acids. And when you get optimal amounts of minerals, vitamins, amino acids, and fatty acids, your genes, your DNA and RNA will perform at their optimum levels. That's meeting your genetic potential for longevity and health, function, strength, things like intelligence, stamina, speed of running, and problem solving. All these things take good nutrition at the biochemical level for your genes, your DNA, and RNA. And that's why people say, well, I can smoke and drink and hoorah and all that kind of stuff. My grandma did, and she lived to be 102. My grandma was a bootlegger. She was a bookie. And I got good genes, so I can do the same thing. And then you died 48 of a heart attack trying to do the same thing. Well, she did stuff you didn't do. She supplemented by putting wood ashes in her garden and grew her own food. The wood ashes went in the garden every day, and wood ashes weren't really ashes. The wood ashes were, in fact, minerals. And so she ate highly mineralized food she grew in her own garden. Well, we use electricity now, so nobody has access to these minerals from wood ashes. So you have to supplement. Anybody who tells you can get everything you need from your 4 food groups needs to be put in jail because they're effectively damaging you, okay, even killing you in some cases. So you definitely want to stay away from any doctor who would say, oh, just eat well, you get everything you need. You're fired. And so I urge you, again, to get that trilogy of books, Let's Play Doctor, Let's Play Herbal Doctor, and Passport to Aromatherapy, so you can do all your own lab work. So there's blood work, urine work, there's stool exams, blood pressure, pulse. You can do all that yourself for pennies. I spent $2,000 when you can do it yourself. Cut the middleman out. I want you to think of longevity as a Home Depot in the AutoZone of healthcare. Well, stick with us. We'll be back with more Truth, Justice, and the Longevity Way on Dead Doctors Don't Lie after these messages. Okay, Doug, what pearls of wisdom do you have for us today?
Well, I thought we'd talk about a Fox News story I found that had a headline reads, probiotics may help control blood pressure. They say regularly consuming probiotics or good bacteria found in yogurt, milk, and cheese may help control blood pressure, according to a review of some past studies. And they say researchers found that consuming the proper amount of probiotics over at least 2-month period appeared to modestly, that is, lower blood pressure. According to Jing Sun, that led the study, Griffin University School of Medicine and the Griffin Health Institute in Queensland, Australia, says, I don't think the general public understands how probiotics might be beneficial to health at this stage. Past studies have shown probiotics have a positive effect on blood sugar, blood cholesterol, and certain hormones, all of which can impact blood flow, she noted. And they say it's still unclear which strain or combination of strains might work best. According to the American Heart Association, the pushers of Crisco, they say that the normal blood pressure would be around 120 over 80. They say high blood pressure starts at 140 over 90, and they say it increases a person's risk for heart disease, stroke, kidney disorder, and other health problems. And this new review was published in the journal Hypertension, and it combined results of 9 studies that randomly assigned participants to take probiotics or not. 7 of the trials were double-blind, and they say the different strains of probiotics were delivered in products like yogurt and milk, and it included a total of about 550 people. They found that on average, it lowered the probiotic consumption, lowered the systolic blood pressure by about 3.56, and the diastolic lowered about 2.38 compared to the placebo or no treatment at all. Say at least 100 billion colony-forming units of probiotics each day. The amount of contained in some yogurts seemed necessary for significant blood pressure improvements. No change of pressure was seen in participants who were given probiotics for less than 8 weeks. So there you go. Good deal. Might be a good time to order some Amasari from the new company Beyond Organics.
Well, there you go. Yeah, we're very excited about this, of course.
That is some good stuff, too, by the way.
Yeah, people are loving it. And it's one of my favorite new companies is Beyond Organics. Really great stuff. I like their probiotic milk drinks. You betcha. Okay, anyway, the interesting thing to me is that finally they discovered that probiotics do something. Well, we've known this for like forever, right? Old grandmas used to know that. You were sick, they'd give you some yogurt which had probiotics in it. And how do probiotics work? Well, what they do is they increase your intestinal health, and they chase away the bad bacteria, and they help you with absorption. Now, it was kind of interesting. You had one little sentence in there that showed that there's several health challenges that get better when you're given probiotics. And they're all nutritional mineral deficiencies. Okay? Everything from diabetes to iron deficiency and so forth, blood pressure. These things are all caused by mineral deficiencies. And so you increase your absorptive capacity by the employment of the probiotics. And so you begin to, even if you have reduced amounts of intakes of these minerals, if you increase your efficiency of absorption, you get a net gain in mineral absorption. And therefore, you show improvement in these mineral deficiency diseases. You know, just another way to improve your life. Don't forget, We have about a dozen different probiotic sources. Look at them all, use them all. I do. Thank you, Doug. Super job. We'll be back after these messages. Well, today I think we got to start out with Shar. Shar, are you there?
I'm here.
And, of course, for years you've heard me talk about serial killer doctors and nurses and hospices and people who are pedophiles becoming pediatricians. And we really have to watch this aspect of the medical system because it's a magnet for these type of people. And you had a story that was in the newspaper this morning in the USA Today. And you want to tell us about this story?
Sure. Okay, here we go. Johns Hopkins pays $190 million after doc taped exams. A gynecologist's secret use of tiny cameras to record hundreds of videos and photos of his patients' sex organs has led to a $190 million settlement with some 8,000 women and girls, lawyers said Monday. Nikita Levy was fired after 25 years with the Johns Hopkins Health System in Baltimore in February 2013 after a female co-worker alerted authorities about a pen-like camera he wore around his neck. He committed suicide days later. A federal inquiry found roughly 1,200 videos and 140 images on home computers.
Yeah, and so, you know, the ideal job for somebody who's a pedophile is a pediatrician. The ideal job for somebody who's a serial killer is a hospice.
Yep.
And the ideal position for somebody who's, what would you call people who, somebody who takes dirty pictures and sells them? Pornography?
I call them a sick individual.
Exactly. Okay. And so, you know, pornography, you want to be an OBGYN.
Oh, yeah.
And so, yeah. And so I think that there has to be some kind of oversight for the medical system now. I think they need drug testing. They need to be tested every day, 5 minutes before any surgical procedure, 5 minutes before any exam. We need to, you don't have to stick them with needles, but you can take a swab in their mouth or have a urine test to see if they're intoxicated on alcohol, street drugs, or prescription drugs. But also, I think that there has to be some oversight other than just professional licensure to make sure that we prevent these predators from taking advantage of this protected position. Because when somebody says, well, look, we need to see these records. Oh, sorry, we can't share these records because of the patient-doctor relationship. And they've been able to fend off. This guy worked for Johns Hopkins for 25 years. You don't think his male golf buddies didn't know what he was doing? I guarantee he was sharing it with them. And so this guy only was found out when a female colleague noticed he's having this camera hanging around his neck. There's something really nutty about the medical trade. Okay, we need to really watch out. I don't know. Let's flush them all and start at the beginning. Thank you, Shar. Well, stick with us. We'll be back with more Truth, Justice, and the Longevity Way after these messages.
Let's head to Michigan. And Patrice, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Hello, Patrice.
Hi,
what's up?
Wallach. How are you?
Fine, thank you. How can I help you?
I'm calling you because in 2009, I was diagnosed with colon cancer. I have had a colon resection. I've had a liver resection. Had that in 2012. And I went through chemo twice. And they told me the last time I went through chemo, as a matter of fact, I completed it in February of this year. They said the chemo wasn't working, and they saw a spot where I had the liver resection, and they said it has grown a little, and they see 2 small nodules in my lungs. I have started your healthy digestion pack with the selenium and EFA and enzymes and FX, and I was just wondering if there is something else that you would recommend.
Absolutely. Very, very good. Very smart lady. And how much do you weigh, Patrice?
I'm at like 149. As a matter of fact, I was actually trying to lose weight because I was overweight. I was weighing like 164. So I'm at like 149, 150.
How tall are you? How tall are you?
I'm 5'2".
Okay. All right. Yeah, 5'2". I like to see it like 110, something like that, 1.5, 110. So
wow.
You got to work on that a little bit. But let's first support your immune system here and get your body defending itself and jump in and help here. You need to get rid of bad stuff that continue to drive cancer, okay?
Okay.
And that means no fried foods. There's no fried food. You can't even walk in a room where people are frying foods because just the fumes in the air are going to get you. No fried foods.
Okay.
No processed meats with nitrates and nitrates. That means, Patrice, no deli slices, no sandwich meats, no sausage, ham, bacon, bologna, salami, pastrami, pepperoni, jerky, corned beef, spam, canned meats, hot dogs, all that stuff's got to go. Because the nitrates and nitrites in there drive the cancer, make it worse. Then absolutely no oils. It means no olive oil, no coconut oil, absolutely no margarine, mayonnaise, salad dressing, cooking oils. If you eat canned fish, they got to be packed in water, mustard, tomato sauce, not oil, because oils oxidize and turn into trans fatty acids, heterocyclamines, and acrylamides, all of which are more vicious forms of cancer-causing chemicals than anything the Dow Chemical and Monsanto can make. Okay, so you got to stay away from oils. And then absolutely no gluten, no wheat, barley, rye, and oats, so you can maximize the absorption of the nutrients we're going to get you going on here to support your immune system. Then, what I want you to do is take 149 pounds because you have what I would say would be third or fourth stage, probably fourth stage cancer already because it's in three major organs, the colon, the liver, and the lungs. And so definitely I would have you take 2 of the healthy brain and heart packs, which is kind of what you're doing. We'll get back and finish your program here, Patrice, after these messages. Let's see here, Doug, we're going right back to Michigan and Patrice. So the actual program would be 2 healthy brain and heart packs per month. And that's going to allow you to have 2 of our 2 bottles of our ultimate selenium a month. That would be included in the 2 healthy brain and heart packs per month. 3 of those ultimate selenium capsules at breakfast and dinner to support your immune system. And then I want you to have 1 ounce of the Osteo FX Plus at breakfast and dinner, 2 scoops of the Beyond Tangerine 2.0 NutriCrystals at breakfast and dinner, 3 of the EFA Pluses at breakfast and 3 of the EFAs at dinner. All of that will be accomplished by the 2 healthy brain and heart packs per month. And then I would also throw in at bedtime 1 ounce of the Ultimate Classic. This is our original liquid multiple product, going way back to the beginning of longevity. And Clemson University did a study on it and several other of our multiples and found out when it came to colon cancer that in human cell cultures that were afflicted with colon cancer, that there was a 95% destruction of the cancerous cells. And so at 149 pounds, I'd have you take 1 ounce of the Ultimate Classic at nighttime. At bedtime, a glass of water. And that 1 quart will last you a month at that. Let's see here. Also, I'd have you get your ORIC points, your antioxidant points above 100,000 per day. It'll be 5 Cell Shield RTQ capsules twice a day. That'll be 5 bottles a month because they're tiny little bottles, only 60 capsules in them. And so it'd be 5 bottles a month. You can get 5 of those capsules twice a day. And lastly, I would have you take Ocean's Gold, 3 of those twice a day. And Ocean's Gold is a legendary product designed for supporting thyroid function. But in the list of ingredients is what's called sea cucumber. And sea cucumber is now legendary for supporting your immune system when you have many serious life-threatening chronic diseases, including cancer. And so I want you to take 3 of those twice a day, and that'll be 2 bottles a month of the Ocean's Gold for the sea cucumber. Give us a call every couple of weeks. Let us know how you're doing, Patrice. Anytime you go to a doctor and get some kind of status report, give us a call, and we'll walk you through this. Okay, Doug, let's go to callers.
Let's head to Florida. And Patricia, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Hello, Patricia. You're on the air.
Thanks, Doctor, for taking my call. I have 2 questions, please.
Okay.
A family member have a kidney issue where the doctor says they only have 18% kidney function, and he's taking the 90 Central, and he's taking the 90 Central. He's also taking the sweeties.
Okay, because he had diabetes?
Yes, he had, but he's not taking anything for the diabetes now. They take him off of the diabetes medicine.
Okay, good. So how long has he been on the program?
3 weeks.
Okay, and And how long did he have diabetes?
He had diabetes for about 20 years.
Okay, so he had diabetes for 20 years. And in 2 weeks' time on this program, they took him off his medication. What's his blood sugar, do you know?
No, they took him off of the diabetes, the insulin 4 months ago.
Wow.
4 months ago, they took him off of it.
So he's doing good.
He's not doing any insulin anymore.
Okay, good. Is he taking pills now?
No, he's not taking any pills.
Okay, good. You know what his blood sugar is?
No, I don't know.
Yeah, you can find out for me. Okay. Are they talking about kidney dialysis?
Yes, they're talking about because it's only 18%. If it gets lower.
How much does this guy weigh?
170.
Okay. Now, Shar?
Yes.
Okay, here's a guy. He's getting the 90 plus the sweeties for his diabetes. Okay? But he's got reduced kidney function. What would you add to that program to support healthy kidney function?
I would add Ultimate Daily, and he probably, at his weight, should probably take 9 a day.
Yeah, and that will support healthy blood flow through the filtering units. And most of the time, I don't know, maybe as high as 99% of the time, when people have what we would call kidney failure, there's usually nothing wrong with the kidney. It's actually obstructed afferent arteries that carry the dirty blood into the filtering unit in the kidney. So the whole idea with adding the Ultimate Daily tablets is to support healthy blood flow through obstructed arteries, support healthy blood pressure, and the kidneys begin to function again, not because there's anything wrong with the kidney. You can't filter something you don't get. If the little arteries are plugged, you can't get the dirty blood into the filtering units, the kidney can't do its job. And so I've seen people who are on dialysis for 73 years, and they hadn't urinated in 73 years. And just in 2 weeks on this program, with the Ultimate Daily tablets, they started urinating after 73 years without urinating. And after just a couple of months, they're able to wean off of dialysis, which they've been doing 6 days a week for 73 years. So this program works very well to support healthy kidney function. Now, Char?
Yes?
Did you go to medical school?
No.
Now, what's your level of formal education?
I'm a high school graduate, and I took a course in welding.
So, seriously, I've had people ask me, why do I have Shar, helping me with this stuff? Okay, really, I have Shar on so that in situations like this, something that really, they have teams of people with dialysis, and they get doctors talking about kidney transplant, we're talking about hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of treatments from the medical system, and they really don't fix anything, they just take out your kidneys and put you on a machine to support your filtering your urine because your kidney can't do it because it's not getting the dirty blood. And you're a high school graduate, and you probably helped thousands of people over the years when it came to kidney function and high blood pressure and diabetes and low blood sugar problems. Mm-hmm. And you've been doing this for almost 25 years.
That's correct.
And so you never had any schooling when it came to healthcare or nursing or anything like that?
No, and I'm glad I didn't, because I chose to believe you as opposed to the powers that be, and I'm glad I did.
Well, and this is why I have Ms. Shar, if you will, on the show, because I want to demonstrate to people that you don't have to be a doctor to figure these things out. You don't have to be a nurse to figure these things out. You can do it as a parent, as a grandparent. You can do it as a sister. You can do it as a child for your mother and father. These are things you can do. And Shar, have you ever taken your own blood pressure and your own pulse?
Oh, yeah, we go to the pharmacy. We walk to the pharmacy and do it.
Yep. And so you don't need to go to the doctor's office to get your blood pressure, do you?
No.
Okay. And how did you learn all this stuff, Shar?
From you, from listening to the CDs and reading the book, Let's Play Doctor, and Rare Earth's Forbidden Cures.
Well, there you go. Yeah, it was the original stuff going way back, almost 25 years ago.
Yep.
And so I'm very proud of you. I'm very proud of, we have literally thousands, maybe 150,000 people who I pay every month to do what you're doing on the radio. And I want to demonstrate to people you don't have to be a doctor to be able to do this stuff. And if you want to do what Shar is doing, contact your Youngevity associate and say, hey, look, I want to be kind of a Shar. I want to work with Dr. Wallach. I want to help people And, oh, by the way, I don't mind getting paid and getting stock options and getting car bonuses along the way for my efforts. Thank you, Shar. We'll be back with more Truth, Justice, and the Longevity Way on Dead Doctors Don't Lie for these messages. We're back with Dead Doctors Don't Lie on the ZBS Radio Network. Dr. Joel Wallach here for Longevity, 90 for Life Crusade. And, Doug, let's go to callers.
Let's head to Columbia, Missouri. And Ann, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Well, Ann, you're on the air.
Hi, Dr. Wallach.
Hi.
I have a 7.5-year-old son, and he has been on the BTT for about a year now, and mostly gluten-free, but not completely. And then in May, he started having heartburn pretty frequently, and then also started complaining that his heart was thumping pretty hard, so I was thinking maybe having heart palpitations. And so about a month ago, he stopped taking his vitamins to see if it was maybe irritating his stomach or something, but it really doesn't seem like that's helped much, and still having the same issues. So.
Now, let me ask you a question. Was he also taking the EFAs?
No.
Okay, well, I would certainly add the EFAs because he's only getting 88 of the 90 essential nutrients. Don't forget those EFAs. Very, very important here. Okay?
How do you suggest getting a kid to take those?
Well, they chew them up, or you can puncture. Okay, they're soft gel capsules. What you do, you can get the Smart FX. Those are just the size of a pea. They're very small. They can swallow them. Or you can puncture the capsule and just squirt it in his mouth or put it in a tablespoon of applesauce. Okay, you're the mom here, and you should be able to get these EFAs down because they're essential nutrients. It's very important here. Now, does he have any skin problems? Any rough skin on the back of his arms or on his thighs?
He just have little bumps on the back of his upper arm.
Yeah. Okay, on his upper arms and the back?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, this is called keratosis. This is a vitamin A deficiency, and this is caused always secondarily to gluten intolerance. Does he have any chronic respiratory problems? Any?
No.
No bronchitis or asthma?
No, he's had seasonal allergies. But
yeah. So, do you have any other children?
Yes.
Do any of them have asthma?
No.
Anybody have constipation or diarrhea?
Yeah, he did have constipation, and so when we did the gluten-free, it did help a lot with that.
Okay, so getting gluten-free did help a lot. Okay, very good. So the whole household, including the other kids, yourself, your husband, dog, cat, bird, fish, everybody in the household has got to be gluten-free. There cannot be any cross-contamination on the couch, in the laundry, the food preparation surfaces. But if he's gluten intolerant, that means you are. And so you have to have some symptoms too, either constipation, diarrhea, chronic respiratory problems, skin problems, eczema, dermatitis, psoriasis, rosacea. You may have had acne, all this kind of stuff, because you transmitted this to your children through cord blood or breast milk. It's not an allergy. It's an intolerance. And so he's got to be drop-dead gluten-free. The whole household's got to be drop-dead gluten-free. If you have any sisters and brothers, I'd warn them. If your mom is still alive, I would warn her so she can warn her siblings. Women pass this on to their children. Men do not. They get it, but they don't pass it on to their kids because they don't carry pregnancy and breastfeed. But I would give him the EFAs, either in the form of a small capsule he can swallow, like the Smart FX. He could take 2 of those a day, 1 at breakfast, 1 at dinner. And at 7 years old, he can still swallow the EFAs or EFA Pluses, which are slick, soft gel capsules. If he doesn't want to do that, just puncture the capsule and squirt them into, like I say, a teaspoon or tablespoon of applesauce, and usually no problem there. But get him gluten-free, and this heartburn stuff will go away. Okay, let's see here. Do we have time for another call here, Doug?
We're just about 30 seconds out here.
Okay, 30 seconds out, so I'm going to take it again and remind you, all our listeners here, we love you guys, and the reason that I have Shar on here is so that she can show, because people call and say, well, why is Shar on there so often? That's she is demonstrating that you don't have to be a doctor to be able to solve everyday health problems. Obviously, she probably wouldn't be able to do surgery from trauma in an emergency room, right? But when it comes to dealing with arthritis, high blood pressure, diabetes, kidney failure, Alzheimer's disease, macular degeneration, liver cirrhosis, these kind of gluten intolerance, Crohn's disease, diabetes, she knows how to do it. and so can you. Very simple. Get a hold of the trilogy of books and save yourself and save your families. Thank you so much, Shar. Thank you so much, Doug and Susan. Superlative job as usual. God bless each and every one of you. God bless our troops. God bless our Navy SEALs. And God bless America.